Inec confirms P2B has proven the election must be invalidated. Tinubu shocked. Breaking news. Hello, people. Welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. A lot of people don't even know why P2B, as a matter of fact, is being called Okute. APC and some other people in opposition, we are thinking that P2B will call for riot and will call for maybe anarchy within this particular country after Inec manipulated the whole results in favor of Bola Tinubu. But they don't know that this particular man has actually retrieved his mandate not once, not twice, while he was still the governor of Anambra State, and he knows how to prove his case in the election petition tribunal in the court. And this is one thing that APC and Bola Tinubu fail to understand. They were thinking that this will be the same person like Atiku Abubakar and PDP in the previous years, whereby APC will manipulate and rig elections and do all sorts of rascality and illegality during the election, and tell them to go to court because they believe that the opposition will not have enough evidence and they will not strategically prove their case in court. But P2B, as a matter of fact, and his legal team, has shown beyond all reasonable doubt. I must tell you that they've proven their case, and this has made Inec. I will tell you what Inec and how it implicated them and how they confirmed that P2B has proven that the election, as a matter of fact, must be invalidated. And Tinubu, as a matter of fact, that is why he's been running helter-skelter, trying to declare war, finding an excuse, making Wike FCT minister because there is fire on the mountain. He knows this already. Well, before we dive into the cross of this particular matter, please, if this is your first time of visiting this particular channel, do well to click on the notification button so I get notified whenever I drop a new and important video like this. Now, let's get straight to the point. I told you that as a matter of fact, that Inec has confirmed that P2B has proven that the election must be invalidated. Now, let me go straight to the point. Whenever we mention Inec, a lot of you guys think that we're talking about Mahmoud Yakubu. No, Mahmoud Yakubu is simply the Inec chairman, and he does not, as a matter of fact, mean that he is representing entirely the electoral body within this particular country. No. Now let me drive you to what the Electoral Act said, because this is what we believe INEC is all about. The Electoral Act represents INEC, and whatever that is inside the Electoral Act simply means that is the stance of the INEC. So Mahmoud Yakubu's position or stance does not matter. What matters most is what is in the rules and guidelines of the electoral processes in INEC's Electoral Act and everything. Now, let me show you. As a matter of fact, you people should remember that P2B submitted 18,000 blood polling units results that were certified through copies, that were certified and stamped by INEC. INEC gave it to P2B for P2B to prove his case in court. They were laughing at him when P2B subpoenaed them to provide some of the election materials. INEC, brought out blood and unreadable polling unit results and stamped it and certified it and gave it to P2B because they were thinking, as a matter of fact, that P2B, it will be very difficult for him to prove anything from such results and all that. But they don't know, like I said, they don't know why they call him Okute and how smart his legal team is, And P2B took the blood results, more than 18,000 polling unit results, they were blood, and took it in good faith and went to court. I know he twisted and turned the whole thing around, and he said something in court. His lawyers, being Livu Uzuku, said something. He said, my lord, that as a matter of fact, that the 18,000 polling unit result that INEC gave to them, has more than 5 million voters. And as a matter of fact, there is no single way that about 5 million people should be disenfranchised. He was saying that if INEC could certify through copies of this particular results, 18,000 blood polling unit result, that means how is it possible that they declared Bola Tinubu as the president? Which evidence do they have? And which figures do they have? Since all these results, 18,000 polling unit results, are unreadable. So where did they get the figures from these polling units that were blood that they used in declaring Bola Tinubu the president? That was when INEC understood, the INEC chairman and those rascals in the electoral body in Nigeria understood that they've made a very big mistake, because they were thinking that they've punished P2B by giving him those blood results. They don't know, as a matter of fact, that those blood results is what God is trying to use to give P2B the victory. Now let me show you what the Electoral Act said, and this is INEC's position. You people should not, take whatever Mahmoud Yakubu, as a matter of fact, is saying, because he does not own INEC. He's only a representative, and he must follow the dictates and the doctrines of the Electoral Act, which is the rules and the guidelines guiding the INEC body in the country. Now let me show you what, as a matter of fact, what Section 137 of the Electoral Act says. Now, Section 137 of the Electoral Act said that it shall not be necessary for a party. You people should listen and read in between these lines. That it shall not be necessary for a political party who alleges non-compliance with the provisions of this Act for the conduct of election to call oral evidence if originals or certified through copies manifestly disclose the non-compliance alleged. Now let me read this thing again. The Electoral Act 137 said it shall not be necessary for a political party who alleges non-compliance with the provisions of this act for the conduct of elections to call oral evidence if originals or certified true copies manifestly disclose the non-compliance. Now, what this particular part of the Electoral Act is saying is that as a matter of fact, that P2B does not need to call oral witnesses to prove that there is no that INEC did not comply according to their rules and regulations in actually conducting the election. That if the INEC body, as a matter of fact, has ever issued a certified true copies of the result they use in conducting the election, and it means that, and it shows and it proves that there were no non-compliant, that the court, as a matter of fact, must declare and invalidate that particular election. And this particular part of the Electoral Act has held INEC to the truth on the truth, because they were thinking that giving P2B those blood and auditable results would mean that P2B cannot prove or give any meaning or interpretation to it. But look at what their own constitution is saying. That is why I said in the beginning of this particular video that, as a matter of fact, that INEC confirmed that P2B has proven that the election must be invalidated. This Electoral Act, being 137, which I just read now, said that the person said, the political party or the petitioner, being P2B, does not need to call oral witness. That is, does not need to call people to come and say that INEC there were non-compliance during the election process and all that. That if the electoral body, brings out or probably certified true copies of the election result, and from the certified true copies, you could see that INEC did not follow, or probably there are manipulations and everything, that, as a matter of fact, it simply means that the petitioner has proved beyond all reasonable doubt that the INEC body, as a matter of fact, did not comply to their rules and regulations. So P2B brought this 18,000 polling unit result, and they were all blood results, which he did not. P2B, that is why P2B did not get, maybe sought for people to get their polling unit result. No, he went straight to INEC, and INEC gave him certified true copies of this result. And this is what this Electoral Act is saying, that if the certified true copies of the results were provided by the electoral body, and at the end of the day, it is clear and obvious to the blind that the results indicates manipulation and all that there is no point, again, even in court, that it has simply shown that there is no non-compliance to the election process and all that. So you could see that this one, Section 137, has actually vindicated P2B, and as a matter of fact, it simply confirmed that INEC is saying that P2B has proven his case beyond reasonable that the election must be invalidated. So whatever Mahmoud Yakubu is saying is his personal opinion. He does not own INEC. INEC has rules and regulation and constitution, and this is the constitution that we are reading. Even the so-called president has no right to do anything. He must follow the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Even any leader in any position must follow the constitution of that particular body. He or she has no right to make his or her own personal decisions and all that. So INEC does not mean Mahmoud Yakubu. Mahmoud Yakubu is just sitting there as the chairman. INEC has its rules and regulations that is guiding the body. Well, I would like you guys to drop your comments in the comment section. Tell me what you think about this recent exposition.